Hello, everybody. Welcome to Soapbox Slam. Good evening. Show I get on my soapbox and I talk about the things that I see going on. And I know my last post was pretty heated, and I will feed into that and pick up on that at another box, another slam. Um, there's a few things that I need to add to that and clarify about that and actually the clarities and what I add only makes the situation more grim. But I'm on my soapbox now tonight to talk about something else. I am disgusted with how we treat our elderly. I first of all, I want to say that way American society is set up against the elderly people is sad. Again, another sad situation, right? Another sad ordeal for the elderly people in this country, right? First of all, let's be clear. They're all on fixed incomes. Whether they're fixed income with their pensions or their fixed income is just Social Security. It's a fixed income. The way society is set up, the way these insurance companies are set up and everything else, hopefully a person who is old in retirement has already paid off their home, right? Let's hope that that's the case. And if that is the case, let's hope they're not required to pay for homeowners insurance, right? Because they own their home. So, the mandate is based on a mortgage, a bank, to set up. And I've done a show about that. And there are alternatives that would be truly capitalistic and competitive for an elderly person who's required to have insurance on a mortgage. The insurance company keeps jacking up rates on homeowners insurance. Hell, even in certain states, insurance companies have pulled out because, quote unquote, they're not profitable anymore. They've had to pay too much for people who have lived in those states, so they're no longer going to insure, and they have to find another insurance company that is willing to insure them. Elderly people are on fixed incomes. They can't deal with these concepts and ideas of raised insurance rates. And it's not like raised $5, $100. We're talking thousands of dollars being raised on elderly people who are on fixed incomes, right? You tax them. You tax the elderly on their Social Security and their pension. Why do they have to pay these taxes? I do not believe that they should be paying taxes or even come close. If you're going to make them pay a tax, 2%, if that, why should they have to pay a 25% tax based on the income that you determine is taxable income so that you can make more money and be crooks for the government? They've already given to the government. They give to the government every time they purchase something. They give to the government every time they pay taxes on utilities. They pay taxes on buying groceries. They pay taxes on pretty much damn near everything along the way as far as commerce is concerned. So why the fuck are you taxing them on fixed income? That's really how you take care of your elderly? Putting an elderly person in a home, you can't even afford to put them in a home. Not to mention the kind of care that they get in a home. Now, I'm not trying to indict all nursing homes or anything else, but I know people who have very low paying jobs to be nursing cares, and they're low pay jobs. The people who get the kind of care in nursing homes, and I'm not saying all nursing homes, okay, you have outliers and you have the medium, but I can tell you right now, it's not a pretty sight putting your parents in a nursing home. I think it's also a sad thing when you rather put your parents in a home and pay the money that it would cost to put them in a home as opposed to just paying for some sort of nursing care to come into the house. And if they need more permanent care, well, then you know what? I feel like you should be able to afford to be able to have somebody come into the home full time. No, that's not the society we set up for the elderly. We tax the fuck out of them when they're on fixed incomes. Prices of everything go way up. And then when you, government, say you're going to do a new formula allocation for what the payment of Social Security should be, or a new allocation, an inflation allocation to their fixed income, it's so minimal that it does nothing. It doesn't even, the inflation that you do, the amount of money that you award for increase in inflation doesn't even cover one utility bill. It's sick and sad. And yet your representatives, my representatives, the people who are on fucking Capitol Hill think that this is okay. They're detached. They have no idea what really people are going through. None. They have no idea. Think that this is okay. You're supposed to be there. You representatives are supposed to be there for us, fighting for us, negotiating bills and negotiating law on our behalf, not on the fucking lobbyists and not on the fucking behalf of corporations. You got your priorities screwed up, and yet we're paying for it. Old people paying for it, and they can't afford it. You're killing our elderly. And not only that, they have wealth of information and knowledge to pass on to the younger generations, and we have shut it out. This is pathetic. This is really disgusting, absolutely disgusting politics and absolutely disgusting governance. It's sad. I don't understand how this is how you want us to treat our elderly. I do not believe the elderly should be taxed. I do not believe their Social Security should be taxed. I do not believe their pensions should be taxed. Period. You can get the money elsewhere. Or stop spending so much money. Stop spending excess money on military shit. Because I do believe you need to spend the money on social issues to prop up people who are on fixed incomes or people who live below the poverty level and the real poverty level, not the fictitious imaginary level line that you think exists. $15,000 is poverty, but anything above that is not poverty? Are you insane? $15,000 is more than what it costs to rent a place. Your numbers are crazy. People cannot survive like this. And you wonder why people want to overthrow or riot on the Capitol. Or you wonder why people are disenchanted with politics and government. Because you government people have destroyed prosperity. This is pathetic. I'm sick of how you guys treat our elderly people. I'm sick of it. Stop taxing them the fuck out of to live. Cost of inflation is so goddamn high that their fixed income can't even afford to buy them food. Go to the grocery store and see elderly people with calculators picking food items up and putting it back on the shelf because it's going to be over their food budget. Eating saltine crackers and ramens to survive, but can't even afford a meat, can't even afford a vegetable, can't even afford healthy food anyways. This is absurd. Absolutely absurd. And again, you people who have all this money in the world and don't realize how real shit is. It's sad. It really is fucking sad. Yeah, I'm on my soapbox. I'm on my soapbox for how we treat our elderly, what we expect our elderly to pay, how we do not take care of our elderly population. That's what I'm on my soapbox about, because it's fucked up. It's royally fucked up. Not to mention the health care that has to go into it, and what they have to spend of their own money on health care to try and survive. You just rather them all just be dead, right? Just kill them all, let them die, because you're not going to give them medicine, right? Give them, right? It's a give. But these pharmaceutical companies are in huge profits. I use the word give, and it's a give because they can't afford the insane price that you have set for medicine. The last person to do something great for society was the man who found the cure of penicillin and gave it to everybody, because medicine was considered at the time something that everybody had a right to. And that glorious man donated and demanded that his discovery be available to everybody. You won't see that today. If somebody tried to do that today, they'd kill that person, because that's how greedy people are. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, there is no love for corporation. There is no love for it. No love for it. and no love for the representatives, none.